Hello YouTube, this is Dazza the cameraman. Today is Monday, October 10th, 2016, New Zealand time, and I'm pleased to have my very first live YouTube hangout, and we have as a guest MultiT0mt0m, and I also have with me Sean Hufford, who is just helping me with the technical side of things, as this is my first hangout. So welcome along, guys. Welcome, MultiT0mt0m, and thank you for joining us here.
Hi guys, how you doing?
I'm very good, thank you. So I'm in New Zealand. Now, if you don't want to say where you are, that's fine, but maybe we can just sort of paint a bit of a picture if we can.
Yeah, no problem. I'm in London.
You're in London, okay. And Sean is in the US. Exactly where are you, Sean?
I'm in northern Indiana.
Right, okay. So we've got three people from all over the globe. And of course, we've recently had the Equinox challenge, which was sort of put together approximately 6 months ago after the previous look at the Equinox back in March. And I'm going to just bring up the video where this all sort of started, and just bear with me. As I say, this is my first hangout, so I'm probably just going to take a little while to get used to the controls and so on. Yeah.
The share screen tab is the second. There we go. Never mind.
Okay, so what we're looking at here is one of my videos, which was about star rotation. I'll just highlight that so I can pick it up more easily. This is my video, Flat Earth Debunked Star Rotation, which I uploaded on March 24th, 2016. And under this video, there was a lot of discussion as we scroll down and find that comment again. There we go. Now, MultiT0mt0m, this was 6 months ago, as we can see here. And you looked at the video and you said, there's nothing to refute because it's a load of bollocks. Equinox is just the time when we get near equal day and night, the time when the sun moves across the sky and reaches the equator. There's no evidence that the sun rises due east from anywhere on the earth because it's a fucking lie invented by your heroes, the fucking ball earth worshipping predecessors. They did that so that they could make the sun so big and make it 93 million miles away from the earth, making the assumption that the sunrise can be seen anywhere on earth. Fucking ludicrous, and all of you ball worshippers can keep worshipping your sun god. Okay, and then further down after I responded to you, you suggested here in this last paragraph, I suggest we set up an experiment where 6 ball earthers and 6 flat earthers do an experiment to check this at the next equinox. That is not difficult. If all 12 confirm that the sun rose due east, then I'll take the next flight out to New Zealand and hunt you down, and I will lick your boots and will become a ball earther for life. Right, so we set up the Equinox challenge to the best of our ability. It was open to everyone. Unfortunately, there were no contributions by any flat earthers. I recall that you also said that you would contribute to the Equinox challenge with a video, and it's quite possible that maybe the weather didn't allow you. I'll let you explain your side of things there. Certainly I couldn't contribute a video because we've had terrible weather for months. So here we are. We did the Equinox challenge. We had 9 videos published in total, and all of the observations confirmed that the sun rose due east and set due west from any location on the date of the equinox. So now, MultiT0mt, I'll hand over to you and I'd like to hear your response to your challenge and the results. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Dazza. I mean, to be honest, I'm very disappointed that you know, no flat earthers came forward with this experiment. You know, I myself, I was in the process of doing it, but unfortunately, the weather wasn't that good. But I saw the video that you were posting. You know, there was like 5 or 6 of your friends who posted the video. So I thought, you know, that's more than enough. Plus, there was 24-hour hangout done by another group of flat earthers, whom I don't agree with. You know, they promote the A.E. Gleason's map, which I disagree with. I don't think that's a true representation of the flat Earth, which I'll explain a bit later on, possibly. So yeah, now the results are in. I confirm that the sun indeed rises due east and sets due west on the autumn and the spring equinox. However, you can't just automatically jump to the conclusion that the Earth is a globe. You know, my model is a square, flat Earth. If you can imagine the Mercator map, right, in a flat sheet of paper, that's that's my model, where the sun, you know, enters. You can ask me more later if you want, but enters on the eastern portal, goes straight across the Earth, and exit at the western portal. And actually, that explains the sun's movement perfectly. As you know as well, we have these lines called the Tropic of Capricorn and the Tropic of Cancer, from where, you know, from which the sun moves across throughout the year. So the sun going across the Earth, it perfectly fits that model. Maybe we can, you know, talk about that later.
Okay, MultiT0mt0m. Now, have you seen the video that was uploaded in the last 24 hours by Sly Sparkane? I've also uploaded it to my channel, showing the results of his analysis of the video results. Have you seen that?
Yes, I have. Yeah.
Okay, so you'll notice that he actually showed in his video the different locations plotted on the various flat Earth maps, and also the Mercator map, which you referred to, but pointing out that for everyone to see a sun due east or due west from any location on that flat Mercator map, you would have to have multiple suns. But when we plot that on a sphere and project those lines out, then it actually works perfectly on a sphere. Can you explain how you could be looking due east, due west on a flat map, but also be looking at one sun? Why are the angles not pointing inwards to the sun? Can you explain that?
Yeah, it's very simple. You know, everybody on the Earth, right? We all see one sun wherever we are on the Earth. You don't need multiple suns. You know, when the sun rises and sets, we all, wherever you are in the world, we see one sun. You know, I mean, you in New Zealand and me in London, we can look up, we see the same sun. There's no need for multiple suns. You know, I think Sly was a bit got carried away there and doing all sorts of fancy stuff. You know, but if you look at the flat plane, right? If you're standing on a flat plane and look up, you just see one sun. You know, you don't need any other explanation. You know, you just see the sun going across east to west. You don't need multiple suns for that. You know, that's a lot of. Sorry.
Yes, that's correct. That we see one sun, but the point is that if you had multiple viewing locations and people plotted their viewing angle, then if there was one sun, then people would be looking in different directions at that sun. So if I was at the bottom of the flat Earth map, call it the Mercator map or whichever one you want to use, I was looking at if I was positioned at the bottom of that map, looking at the sun due east, then I would be looking up the map at an angle. Same for somebody who was at the top of the map looking down, they would be looking downwards at an angle to that sun. They wouldn't be looking due east, due west. Now, I'll just share the image in Slice Barkane's video where he looks at that. Hopefully I'll pull up the right one here. Okay, so are you seeing the map now?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, so he plotted the different locations on the Mercator map, and now we can use this graphic so I can explain it better with the visuals. So if there was one sun, let's say the sun was over here on the left-hand side, then this observer would be looking down here on an angle, and if there was someone down the bottom of Argentina looking at the sun, they would be looking up here at an angle. They wouldn't all be looking due east-west across these lines, as we see with these pink lines here. They're all due east-west. So I am having trouble following your explanation, given that all of the observations were due east-west and not at different angles pointing to one sun. Can you explain that?
Well, if I had any skills at graphics, I probably could produce graphics like Sly, but unfortunately, I don't. I mean, like I said, the best explanation I can give you is right. You know, the position in London, for example, right? Yeah, if you look towards the equator, you know, I can't really explain it properly.
Just a reminder, Tom, we're talking about sunrise and sunset, not about any other time of the day.
Yeah, can you share my screen? I just want to quickly go over something. Okay.
Sure.
We can't share your screen. You have to do it yourself, and you move your mouse over the Hangout window until you get a little bar on the left. The second one from the bottom, there's going to be a little green arrow. Click on that and then choose the screen you want to share.
Right, so can you see this video?
Yes, I can see it.
Right, so I've put a link in Sly's video earlier on. Right, this actually explains if you could just give me a couple of minutes. Sorry, that's the wrong one. Just give me 1 minute.
Just while you're finding that, of course, we do have another opportunity every 6 months to repeat this exercise. I welcome the involvement of flat Earth believers on this experiment, on this exercise. Hopefully, with the next Equinox, we could get more people on board to repeat this experiment and see what they come up with.
Right. This video is by a YouTuber called Free Energy. Yeah. He's also a believer in the square flat Earth, and this explains how the sun works on the Earth square flat Earth. You could just watch it for a couple of minutes.
Now, keep in mind, Tom, that when you're over doing a Google Hangout, you cannot hear audio from the video. So all you're doing is showing us the video without any sound.
Yeah, I've turned the sound off.
And also to remind that playing other people's videos can actually get DAZA a copyright strike. So, yeah.
No, this is not copyrighted. This is what do you call it? The common Creative Commons. Yeah. Well, what he's saying is, the sunlight is a wave. It's a wave pattern. One wave is 12 hours.
Yes.
And the sun goes from east to west in a perfect line.
Only at the equinox. MultiT0mt0m's video feed seems to be dropping out for some reason. Maybe I need to mute my microphone.
No, my bandwidth is not that good. Sorry about that. Right, but do you understand what I'm trying to say? It's the sun, right? If you can imagine the tropics, the equator and the tropics, obviously on the equinox, the sun travels along the equator from east to west. Yeah.
Correct. Yes.
Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
The sun goes over the earth, right? So that's the reason, like we can see the sun rising due east and setting due west.
That's right. We're talking about looking east due west, which contradicts any lines that we see on any map, including the Mercator map, as we saw before. So I can't see that you've actually explained how we could be seeing the sun due east, due west on the equinox from any location.
Okay. I'm sorry, I had a few videos lined up, but my bandwidth is not that good, so I'm sorry about that. Maybe we can do a Skype like a private one-to-one, and you can record it and like publish it, you know, on your channel. Yeah.
I think probably
at the moment.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that it's really bad. You know, my bandwidth at the moment is really terrible, so I can't play any videos for some reason.
Okay. I think probably both of us would like to be better organized with videos and resources and so on. So what we need to do is organize a mutually convenient time ahead of time so that everybody knows when it's going to be, and so that we can both prepare and be ready for the Hangout. I would just like to go back to, now I'll just stop my sharing so that I can start it again.
Just to point out really quick, I just checked the links on the video that he showed. It is not a Creative Commons license. Okay.
I think for the purpose of this video, we're using it as fair use for the purposes of commentary, criticism, etc., etc. I've had several copyright strikes against my channel in the past. Not one of them has stuck because I've appealed them all. And if there is any question of a copyright strike, I will appeal them. And for the purposes of what we're doing, they will not stick.
Or if you want to delete this one, Daz, I mean, you know, we didn't get to a really good start, you know. So like you said, if you want to do another one, you know, where we're both much more prepared, than we are today, then I won't show you. I won't play any videos, but we can show images. That won't cause any strikes, would it?
No, images are fine.
Yep. Okay, well, it sounds like we're probably not going to go too much further unless we want to discuss aspects of flat Earth in general. But I just want to bring us back to the original point of this challenge, and these were the comments that you made 6 months ago. And I think that this is what people are probably screaming out in their chairs at the moment as they're listening. And this was the original challenge that you set out 6 months ago in the statements that you made. Now, clearly you have accepted that the sun does in fact rise due east, and it does in fact set due west on the equinox. Okay, am I correct on that point?
Yeah, you are. Yeah, and Dazza, I'm willing to eat humble pie, right? And when I get a job and when I get some money, I'll come down. I'll come down to New Zealand. I'll come to Tauranga. There's a guy. Do you know Boatface? I think he also lives in your town there.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, he's a chef. So we'll go over to his place and get something to eat and get a drink as well. So hopefully, when I get a job. At the moment, I'm unemployed.
Well, that would be fantastic. And if you ever do make it to Tauranga, New Zealand, I will take you down to the observatory and give you a tour. We'll show you through the telescopes, and maybe you, me, and Boaty McBoatface and anybody else who might like to join us could set up some experiments, observing the sun, checking some angles, and doing things such as checking the angular size of the sun from sunrise to midday to sunset, so that we can see that the angular size of the sun does not change as the sun crosses the sky. Now, I should point out that a lot of people like posting videos showing the sun apparently shrinking as it heads towards the horizon. But what they don't seem to understand is that most of what we see when we look at the sun is actually glare. And you must use a suitable solar filter to remove that glare so that you can actually see the actual sun, or the disk of the sun. Now, when I say disk, I'm not suggesting that the sun is flat for one moment, but obviously we see basically a two-dimensional image. It's pretty hard to see that the sun as a sphere unless you're looking through a proper solar telescope, which we do have down at the observatory. We've got a Lunt Solar 60 telescope, and you can actually see that the sun is a sphere when you're looking through that. So, yeah, as I say, I'd welcome you. I acknowledge that you have accepted that you were mistaken about the sunrise or sunset, and good on you for acknowledging that.
Yeah, you're a good man, Dazza. I'm not really a nasty person, so contrary to popular belief. Another thing is, the trouble with flat Earth at the moment is the AE Gleason's map just doesn't work. There is no evidence of an ice ring, right? The sun and the moon doesn't work on the AE or the Gleason's map. So when you do a video, obviously that's the best thing you have to use. So I can understand that, but it's about time flat earthers come to the realization that those maps just does not work. It's a lot of bollocks. It's just the globe flattened down. If you can imagine the North Pole, somebody just squished it down and flattened it out. That's all it is. And sorry, just to add as well, many flat earthers are now coming out and saying, from now on, anybody who's promoting that is just a disinfo agent.
Right, and that's a good point you make too. It's a type of equidistant projection map, and you can also have the same type of map where the South Pole is at the center of the map. You can have those maps from any angle, but the one that we use, of course, logically has the North Pole in the center of the map. which makes sense to me. But I make the point too that also from the point of view of an amateur astronomer is that I don't see anything about the flat Earth that works in practice. It doesn't work in theory, it doesn't work in practice. I have astronomy software that I can use to check events from any date and time from any location. I can go forward in time, I can go back in time, I can choose any location on the Earth. And when I view the events, they match perfectly with what we see in practice. For example, I can check ahead for eclipses, solar lunar eclipses, or transits of Mercury or Venus across the face of the sun, and I can expect that on the date and time it says in the simulation that if I point the telescope at the sky, what I see in the simulation is what I will see in practice. The flat Earth model doesn't work. They have no models for predicting things such as eclipses or transits or anything at all that I can think of. In fact, the most technical sort of simulator that I've seen in many ways is the avatar that you're using for your YouTube channel with the sun whizzing around. I've seen another one with the moon chasing it 180 degrees apart, and of course that's not the case with the moon because the phases change. MultiT0mt0m.
Yeah, so you know, I think a lot of people wanted my blood, you know, on this thing. So I got my face. I've eaten humble pie. What else? What else does people want now?
Right. Well, and I appreciate that. I thank you. I'm a reasonable sort of guy, and I hope that you see that, especially where somebody is prepared to meet me halfway. You know, there's some pretty vigorous discussion that goes on, and sometimes things get rather heated in the comments, both on YouTube and Facebook. But like I say, I'm a very reasonable person. I prefer to have an open and balanced discussion. And that's why I encourage flat earthers to be involved, to collaborate, to come together with the globe earthers, and you know, let's work together. Let's do some practical experiments from all over the world and compare our data and see what conclusions we can come to. If we're all looking for the truth, then no one should fear collaborating in that way.
Absolutely, yeah, I agree, 100%. Yeah, I mean, like I said, Dazza, you know, like we should do another one, you know, when we're both more prepared, you know, like we do our research. You know, just short notice, you know, like. I mean, to be honest, I didn't even think that that you contact me today because we're on opposite sides of the world, you know, and 12-hour difference, you know, in the. You know what I mean.
If I can offer something.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
You don't actually have to wait for the equinox next year. You can actually do the same kind of testing at the winter solstice, since Daz is below the Tropic of Capricorn.
No, there's no need. I mean, I'm satisfied. You know, I'm satisfied that the sun rises due east and sets on the equinox. So
hear me out, Tom. Hear me out. With Daza being south of the Tropic of Capricorn, with your flat square model, the sun should still be rising north or east of his location. But I'm pretty sure that everybody knows what's going to happen on this winter solstice. It's going to rise to the south.
Right. Do you follow that, MultiT0mt0m?
Yeah, I do, absolutely. Maybe you can make another video, Daz, you know, just explaining what Sean just said. You know, yeah. Maybe people will look out for it. You know.
Okay. Now I'll just screen share again, and I've got some images that will help for that. Okay. Now, can you see these images? I'm sure.
They're on screen.
Okay. Now, solstice challenge. Okay. Now I'm not sure if is the image changing as I go.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Next time I do this, I'll have another computer open next to me so I can glance over and see what's on screen. What we're looking at here is the daylight map from timeanddate.com showing the position of the sun on December 21st. Okay, so you can see that the sun is directly above the North Island of New Zealand. But if we look at the situation on suncalc.org, this shows the actual sunrise and sunset positions. And instead of looking north to the sun, I'm actually looking southwards. I'm looking southeast and southwest for sunrise and sunset. So it doesn't matter which flat Earth map you use, even if you use the Mercator map. We've got big problems because I shouldn't be looking to the southeast for sunrise. I shouldn't be looking to the southwest for sunrise, for sunset rather. I should be looking to the northern part of my sky. Now certainly the sun does cross over at midday or solar noon. The sun is in the northern half of my sky, but then it arcs around and it sets in the southwest. So the flat Earth model has a big problem there that needs explaining. So that is going to be the next challenge, is the solstice challenge. And I'd really like some flat earthers from the southern hemisphere below the Tropic of Capricorn to come forward. So we're talking about lower part of Australia and maybe South Africa, Argentina, because we need some observations from flat earthers who are below the Tropic of Capricorn.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. You know, hopefully I'll be there in New Zealand for that. Christmas. I'll be there for Christmas. Hopefully.
That would be great. Now, I've opened up the Hangout video so that I can see the chat. So I see Boaty McBoatface is in the chat there. Good to see you there. Sean, have you noticed any comments in the chat that sort of need addressing?
Pretty much the most active person is Leah Prada, which is actually Lord Stephen Christ's stock account.
Oh, okay.
And then They Lie Ohio has been kind of responsive to him. Other than that, it's been pretty quiet and calm, which is kind of surprising.
Right. Yeah, I see Boaty McBoatface has commented, for those interested, go Google Mount Maunganui, Tauranga, New Zealand, awesome part of our globe. So this is where I live. I live in Tauranga, which is next to Mount Maunganui. And the next cruise ship season is just about to get underway for the next 6 months. And later today, I hope to be picking up a P900 camera, which from the Flat Earth observer's point of view seems to be the ultimate camera for filming the horizon and so forth. Now we're also going to be having the largest cruise ship ever to visit the port come in this season several times, which will be the Ovation of the Seas. And I'm looking forward to some fine weather so that I can film that sailing over the horizon. And unlike my first cruise ship video, where I was unable to keep filming it until it completely disappeared, I was called away and had to stop filming. I hope to film that until it completely disappears over the horizon. So we've got that to look forward to. And again, I will use, I think it was websites such as shipfinder.com, something like that, to plot the GPS location of the ship. That can be imported into Google Earth, and people can check the distances and so forth. So that will be another experiment to do. Maybe Boaty McBoatface might like to join me on some of these experiments with his P900, and we can see what we can come up with, compare notes.
Right. So shall we wrap it up?
Yes, and thank you, MultiT0mt0m. I really appreciate you joining me on this, and thank you, Sean Hufford, for helping me out with the technical side. This is all very new to me, and hopefully the next Hangout I will be better prepared, and it will be very entertaining for everyone. And thanks again to MultiT0mt0m for just acknowledging the situation there. Good on you for doing that.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, thanks for inviting me. Thanks, guys, and hopefully see you soon somewhere.
Right.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, MultiT0mt0m. Thank you, Sean, and thank you, everyone, for joining the Hangout in the chat there.
All right, thanks for having us, Daza.
Okay, we're signing off now.